Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with is this e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. I've never used any of the e.l.f. primers before. So, there's a really weird texture to it. Like, it doesn't feel like Vaseline, but it feels really, I don't know, silicone-y, but it's nice. I like it. All right, so our face is now primed. For the foundation, I have really been wanting to try this. This is the CoverGirl Vitalass Healthy Elixir Foundation. I picked mine up in the shade 725. I don't know if it's going to be a good match for me or not. I wasn't able to test them out. This is the shade Buff Beige. So I'm going to pump a little bit. Okay, so it does look like a pretty good match. One pump on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take a beauty blender. And, okay, so it's looking a little orange, but, ooh, smells good. We're going to make it work. Okay, so it smells like melons. I like it. It has a really, really nice sheen and glow to it, hence the name. And actually, this color is not that bad. So let's see. It says there's a lightweight full coverage makeup. This formula hydrates and includes a complex of SPF 20 vitamins and an antioxidant, and it's oil-free. So that's really nice. As far as full coverage goes, you can still see some of the spots in my skin, so I don't know if it's really full coverage, but I mean, nothing ever gets rid of my chickenpox scar, but this color actually is perfect for me. It seemed like it wasn't at first, but it's pretty good. Okay, I really like this foundation so far. I really, really like it. Everybody talks about it, and I'm so glad that I like it so far because I was so worried I wasn't going to like it. I really want to try the new Laura Mercier foundation, full coverage foundation, because I keep hearing so many different things about it. So I definitely want to try it. So it does have a really, really healthy glow. It doesn't say it's matte or anything like that. It doesn't say what type of finish it has, but it's really nice. I mean, my skin looks really healthy. It looks really good. Okay, so now I want to go into concealer. The new concealer that I'm trying is the Maybelline Pro Glow Concealer. I picked mine up in the shade Classic Ivory, which is the lightest one. And the reason why I did that is because when I was in Ulta and I was looking at all the different shades, I was honestly surprised that they all looked so dark. They all looked so dark. So I picked up the lightest one, and even this one still looks dark. Okay, so it's got a nice flat doe foot applicator. If you can see that, it's nice and flat. Hopefully it's bendy. Okay. Oh, okay. Number one, there's a fragrance in here, and it's burning my eyes, so that's good. Number two, this is not ivory at all. So if you have fair skin, you're not going to be able to find a shade for you. I'm going to tell you that right now because they don't really have a large shade range. It is really, really creamy and hydrating, but that initial smell went into my eyes and pretty much burned my eyeballs. That's a downside. Also, the shade range is a downside, but I'm just going to take my beauty blender. Blend's really nice. Blend's good. Just this shade is literally the same as my skin tone, so it's not really going to do much for brightening, but that's okay. We'll test it out anyway. Blend's really, really nice. Okay, Okay, so the skin looks really healthy. Everything looks smooth and creamy. And then I'm gonna try a new contour stick. So I always talk about the Wet n Wild contour stick. I love the one in the shade Call Me Maple, which is like I think the second out of the three, which is the second darkest. I decided to pick up the lighter one just to give it a try and see what the difference is. This is in the shade Oaks on You, so this is a little bit on the lighter side than the other one. So here is the contour stick. It looks just like this. I'll do a swatch on the back of my hand. So it looks really pretty. Looks nice and warm. Let's give it a try into the hollows of my cheekbones. So it seems as though this one is just going to be a little bit of a lighter version, like a little bit more warm than the one I was using before. I have shown in previous videos, but I definitely recommend these contour sticks. They are bombdiggitydom.com. They blend like a dream. I'll blend it out today. Normally I don't use a beauty blender, but that's what I got over here right now, so. So when you are using a beauty blender to blend these out, you don't have to apply too much pressure, and you only want to blend for a little bit because honestly, it kind of soaks up the pigment and then you kind of lose your contour. So just lightly, see, like I'm lightly patting it into the skin, and I'm going to leave it about there. I have a bronzer as well, so I'm just doing a light contour. I have to say, the foundation is amazing. And all the products are applying really nicely to it, and that's really important. Okay, so we are contoured. Now we are going to go in with our setting powders and stuff like that. So I don't have a different setting powder that I'm going to try, so I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, which is the one that I always use lately. So I'm going to use that to set underneath my eyes, and I'm going to also set any of the areas I applied concealer with this powder. So I'm working that underneath my eyes nice and softly. Around the chin. I'm also going to use it around my smile lines because I do crease up there throughout the day. In the center of this large forehead. And I'm going to do a little bit here softly. So I have two different Wet n Wild bronzers. This one is in the shade Ticket to Brazil, and this one is in the shade Bikini Contest. Looking at them on camera, Bikini Contest, which is this one right here, looks a little bit more rosy, like more terracotta, so I think I'm going to go for this one. But I do kind of want to try this one out anyway. So let's do one cheek one side and one cheek the other. Okay, so this is what the shade looks like. It's actually not as rosy as I thought it was. So we are going to start with this one, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild powder brush is what I've been using for bronzer lately, and I love it so much. So I'm just going to press it into the skin first. Oh, it's really pretty. Okay, no, it is warm. It is warm. I see some pinkness in there. Whoa, that went 0 to 100 real quick. Okay, so yeah, this bronzer is too warm for me. I'm going to try and blend this out a little bit. Kind of looks like I just put blush all over my face. And I'm going to take a little bit of the other one, which is called Ticket to Brazil, which has like a little bit of a sheen in there. So I'm going to take that on a dual fiber brush and work that over the face instead. This one is really, really pretty. Apply it up here. This one is really nice because it has a nice like a shimmery sheen to it. For blush, I want to use this new brush this new blush from Maybelline. This is the new Maybelline Fit Me blush collection. I have this one in the shade Peachy, I think. Yes, peach. It doesn't look peach at all. It looks rosy. It's really pink. This is not peachy whatsoever. That's okay. We're going to go with it. I'm just going to use the same brush that I was using to set. Okay, so I'm lightly. Oh my god. Oh my god, we look like a little clown. It's okay. We'll blend it out. Holy bananas. So I wasn't expecting all these products to be as pigmented as they are. So okay, it blended out really nicely. It still looks a little too rosy, but that's okay. Let's move on to the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead actually and do my brows quickly off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and we will finish the rest of the face, including the eyes and the lips. Okay, so I went ahead and I applied my brows. I also cleaned up a little bit under here just using my RC Mano color powder. It has a drugstore price point, so I guess it's okay. So it made it kind of look a little bit better. I was looking a little peachy and a little funky before, and I was not having that. Now for the eyes, I have two different things that I want to try. The first is this palette from Wet n Wild. This is the Comfort Zone eyeshadow palette, Color Icon eyeshadow palette. It comes with 8 different shades. As you can see, there's 2 brow bones, some eyelid colors, crease colors, and definer colors. So this kind of tells you exactly where to place the colors and things like that. So that's why I wanted to try this out. I also did find this absolutely beautiful gold pigment, if I can show it to you guys without the camera being blinded. So it is a beautiful bronzy gold pigment, and this is from Wet n Wild also. So I wanted to see if I could try to use this. I think I'm going to stick more towards the neutral sides. Maybe I'll throw a green in there since I'm wearing an ice green top. I usually don't like to match things, but so we are gonna work on the eyes. Remember that I don't have a highlight, so I'm gonna be using a different highlight. I'm gonna be using a new highlight that I've never tried before, but it's not from the drugstore. So there's the one downside to that. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to just use my setting powder to set my eyelids because it doesn't really have like a matte setting shade in here. This one kind of has a shimmer to it. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to take some of my Rimmel Stay Matte powder and I'm just going to set my eyelids. That way there's no creasing and we can give these eyeshadows a fair shot. I've never tried any of Wet n Wild's eyeshadows, so I'm pretty excited. As you can see, I love Wet n Wild. I think that they are an amazing brand from the drugstore. They have one of the lowest price points and some of the most amazing products that I have honestly ever tried. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to pick up this shade. I know it says it's for your eyelid, but I can't tell if it's shimmery or not. So, oh, that's pretty. That's not a matte shade. So it doesn't look like any of these shades are matte, which is kind of stupid that I got this. So I'm going to use my bronzer. I'm going to use my bronzer as my transition shade. First I'm going to use Take Me to Brazil. And I'm going to work that into my crease here just to add a little bit of definition to the eye. My bronzer as my transition shade. So that's a tip for you guys if you don't have a matte shade, but you want to keep it neutral and you want all the tones to kind of blend together. Use the shade that uses your bronzer. It kind of acts as if like a contour shade and then everything just kind of blends in together. It looks a lot more natural. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brown shade. It says it's a crease color on there. It doesn't have names or anything like that, but I'm going to take a tiny tight crease brush and I'm going to pick up that brown shade and I'm going to work that into the outer corner and the crease. This is going to act as a nice dimension for the eye. But this is a really nice shade. So I'm just kind of using that to just build up the outer V. Now I'm going to take, I think, the pink shade, the pink metallic shade here, and work this onto my lid. It's like a really pretty rose gold shade. You guys can see. Please let me know what you guys think of the lighting and stuff, because I'm still playing with it and I can't decide what it's going to look like and things like that. So I need you guys to tell me if there's something I should change. Maybe I should go back to my original lighting. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm going to go back in with a large fluffy brush and pick up the same brown crease shade from before. I'm just kind of going to build this up a little bit darker. Kind of want a little bit more intense. And this also is the same brush I use for my bronzer, so I'm just kind of trying to build up the intensity. I have to say that these shadows, number one, are really nice, but number two, they're all shimmer, so this probably wasn't the best pick. I'm going to dip into this brow bone shade here, which is this nice like cream color, and put that underneath my brow bone. It's pretty. Ooh. Shimmer, shimmer. Apply this to my inner corner. I think on my lower lash line, I'm going to take this like rosy brown. So like you see it's got like nice like purpley shift under there. I'm going to smoke this bad boy out. Okay. This look just got intense. Definitely really pigmented. It's okay. We're gonna smoke it out and we're gonna have a smoky eye now. It's okay, we're gonna turn this look into a smoky eye. So now I'm going to have to even it out, and I'm going to do the same thing to the top, because now we're going to have a smoky eye. Otherwise, we're going to be raccoonish. So this shade is a lot darker than it is in the pan. So just keep that in mind. Like, look at how dark that's swatched, yet it doesn't look like that. I don't know. It doesn't look like that in the pan to me. So it literally swatched black. So now we have black rings around our eyes. We look like a damn raccoon. We're gonna smoke this look out. So I'm going back in with the brown. And now we gotta darken this up. Okay, for mascara, I'm going to be using my Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara from L'Oreal. I have been obsessed with this mascara. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to apply that to top and bottom. I decided not to put on any false lashes. Honestly, this look isn't going to get any better. It looks like I got punched in the face. So these eyeshadows are... Some of them are a no for me. They're a little too pigmented than I thought, and they appear differently than they do in the pan. I am going to go on with a new highlighter. I've never tried this highlighter before. This is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight. I picked it up as a platinum perk at Ulta. They were doing a really, really awesome platinum perk, and they were 50% off. So what it looks like. It is an absolutely beautiful gold highlight. So I'm going to use this today because I don't have a drugstore highlight that I haven't tried yet that I would like to. So I'm going to use my Morphe M510 highlight brush and Okay, so it's true what everybody says. This highlight's gorgeous. So creamy. Lip, I also don't have a new lip, so I have a new lip, but it's not Drugstore. So I'm just gonna apply this anyway because it's nude. This is the Dose of Colors Lip It Up Satin Lipstick, and mine is in the shade Butterscotch, which is a really, really nice light nude. This is one of the best packaging ever. Like, look how sleek that is. It's beautiful. It also has one of the creamiest formulas I have ever tried. So this is the shade here. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has a really nice doe foot applicator kind of looking thing. Nice shape to the lipstick. So I'm going to apply this. So it is a really nice, soft, like concealer almost color. Some people don't like this. Where did I just put the lid? Some people don't like lips like this, but I actually do. I think they're absolutely stunning. So this is the makeup look. It went from 0 to 100 and then back to 0 really fast. So let's break it down from the products. Starting with the primer. The primer is really, really nice. I like the way it feels. I'm going to try it out with other foundations and just make sure that it's still as nice as it seems right now. So far I like the e.l.f. primer. Foundation has got to be my favorite thing that I have tried. I absolutely love this foundation. I think that it didn't really oxidize that much, which is really, really nice because sometimes drugstore foundations and other types of foundations that have this type of luminosity will oxidize very quickly. So it didn't really oxidize, so I like this. I'm gonna have to keep playing with that as well. The bronzers. So for the bronzers, I tried two. The first one was the Bikini Contest from Wet n Wild. This one made me look like I was wearing a full face of blush. Did not like this at all. But this one I actually really like. This is Take It to Brazil. So this one is a lot lighter and has a really nice luminosity to it. So this one I really enjoyed. I like it separately. I'm going to have to play around with it and make sure that I like it separately as opposed to with the other one. Also the blush. The blush is really, really nice. Really, really pigmented. You need a very light hand, but it is a very, very beautiful blush. So I'm going to try more colors out from here. It's not peachy. It's more of a rosy, which is not what I wanted, but that's okay. Moving on to the eyeshadows. Okay, so let's break it down really quick. These two shades I absolutely loved. The brow bone shade, as you can see, and I use it for my inner corner highlight, is absolutely stunning. It is a really nice, beautiful color. So the brow bone and this shade I really liked. This was a little bit not too pigmented, so I kind of had to build it up. This I absolutely hated. Number one, because it lied to me. It seemed like it was a nice, like, reddish burgundy color, but it was literally black when I put it on my eyes. Like, it made me look like I have raccoon eyes. It didn't blend that easily. It looks really, really heavy and patchy here, so it didn't blend that nicely. So that's a no from me, even though some of these shadows are really, really pretty and pigmented. That one I just didn't like. I'm going to try the other ones, but the highlight I absolutely love. I mean, that's a given. The lip I absolutely love because it's such a creamy formula and it looks so nice. It would look better without this eye look. That is 100% for sure. But that's pretty much it. I mean, there were some hits, there were some misses, but that's it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!